So here we are, a new chapter begins, new heroes will arise, new legends will be written. It is time to turn the page. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Robert Lewandowski.
And the finish! Marvellous goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end, it's fruitless. He can run onto that, and this is Ibrahimovic. That's good defending, very good defending. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Ronaldinho. And that's gone loose. Has a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
He's got away. Out to the left it goes. Lewandowski! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And now they can clear their lines. Porto are looking to go forward now. Ronaldinho. Now it's Bale. And this is Ibrahimovic. And he's there to clear it. In comes the corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Rafinha. Now, can they get him away?
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
De Bruyne with the short one. Great defending, strong and determined. Porto have the chance to go the other way. Lahm goes steaming forward, neatly clipped into space. Balde gets it away. Porto have it back and can go again. Messi. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's Ronaldinho, looking for options for movement. It's not an especially good pass, that. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Ronaldinho. Now there's a fine ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Pirlo. Passing is crisp and sharp. Lahm. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rafinha. Now it's Ronaldinho. Picked out brilliantly.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pirlo. Pirlo proves just a little bit too strong. Yamal.
Porto can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Now it's Ronaldinho. Driving forward. Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho! Pedri.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Played into space. And he gets rid in a hurry. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Yamal. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Rodri. And it's Koundé. And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Porto, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And we are back underway.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Lahm. Now it's Ronaldinho.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Balde cuts it out. De Bruyne. Over to the left. Now it's Ronaldinho. Good pressure, determined, intense. Ibrahimovic! And yes, it's there! And this is getting better and better. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Can he get it through? Lovely, now then. And a chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. A case now of complete control.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho! Just wouldn't stay down for him.
Well, the invitation was there, so he was right, in my opinion, to take it on. Alas, it was a technical flaw.
In with the challenge. Porto are simply cruising along with this 3-goal lead. Threads one in. Oh, nicely intercepted. Pedri, out to the right. Now it's Yamal. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival. Now that looks a decent ball. He's in a great position. There's the shot! Takes a shot!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Lam. And here's Messi. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Araujo. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he's found support out wide. And the ball is out of play. Pedri. Yamal. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Porto looking to pass their way through. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Balde. Now it's Lewandowski. He's in plenty of space here. It's a goal kick. Vieira. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And the keeper beats it away. Big chance! That's another chance! Oh, taken with style! It is no contest. It is a landslide. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Porto are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Kubasi. Played out to the right. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Alarm. Now that's well seen too. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Messi.
Yet another interesting duel this.
Messi! He's put his foot right through that one.
Messi really couldn't have done much better with that. He was under so much pressure.
Barcelona making another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and
Oh, give it away! Shoots! Sticks it away! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game?
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage.
He's gone for goal! Keeper always had the measure of that. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Pirlo. Now it's Messi. And he couldn't quite make it 6.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Keeper has taken decisive action. Oh, real chance! And he hits the net. And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific. Cruyff! It's bounced back off the post. Couple of changes then in quick succession. Ronaldinho coming off. Just listen to this.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay about that now. I think if the manager had taken him off a goal earlier, I think he would have been a little bit upset about that. But now that he's got his hat-trick, I think all's okay.
And it's Pirlo. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Porto really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And already we're underway here.
They don't make them like Diego Maradona anymore, Peter.
Certainly don't, and I imagine the plan for his team will be just give him the ball.
Completely. He's a player who always has been streets ahead. So good that managers were forced to come up with unique systems just to try and deal with him. Not that it's helped them very much.
Bale. Ronaldinho. Yamal. And it's Van Bouten. And he was quick to react. Back into the middle. And this is Roberto Baggio. Oh, good ball. Shapes to shoot. Marvellous goal.
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Porto are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So, a breakthrough already. Adams. Maradona to Darren Fletcher. Distributed tidily. Oh, played through for the wide man. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Nedved. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's a... And the shot! Rafael Leao. Darren Fletcher. And Yamal. Gets a good foot in there. And it's Maradona. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Nedved has a look and plays it forward. Porto leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. No luck with that dink over the top. Well, that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Well, that is one way to stop him. Played into space. Now it's Mbappe. That's a shade optimistic. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Driving on and making good progress. Baggio going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Son Heung-min. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. And that's a nicely shaped ball. And it's shot, surely! Off the post! He can get that clear.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And they're quick to get it back. Ronaldinho. And he's really put himself on the line here. Porto with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And this is Son Heung-min. Oh, that's horribly mistimed. And it's given penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. And he has shown him a yellow card. Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Oh, what a save from Van der Sar! Oh, he's missed it.
I never really looked comfortable over that. I had a feeling this might happen.
Maradona plays it short. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. That's a decent clearance. Roberto Baggio quietly revving up. Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, that's beautifully weighted.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's got away. Now the delivery. And he's there to clear it. Referee's given a throw. Now it's Pirlo. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, no question, that's a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Bergomi. Now it's Mbappe. Played through into space. That's the keeper's ball. Nedved. And it's Vieira. Engages and forces him off the ball. It's a threatening ball. Mbappe! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Porto have the chance to go the other way. No, it's come to nothing. Bale has given away a free kick. Bale has been given his marching orders. He had already been on a yellow card from a previous incident. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Spread it left. And this is Ronaldo. Chance! Son Heung-min. Now it's Mbappe.
That's positional gold. The utilisation of space.
Foot in. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Well read. Nice interception. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Pirlo. Nesta is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Van Bouten with the clearance. Ferdinand. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Son Heung-min. And he's picked out the run. And he chance for a shot! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And the half-time whistle goes. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Some first-half thoughts?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Porto head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. Here we go again.
Porto definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Ronaldinho. And this is Roberto Baggio. He's picked his way through. It's Baggio! And that is wildly off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Bergomi. Yamal. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And no, he's seen through all of that. Rafael Leao. That's a smashing touch to get him away. Oh, this is a great position. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Porto just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Now then, the ball's come loose. And a chance! It's anyone's ball now. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, he's the main threat, so if he attracts much of the attention, then others have to make hay.
Out to the right. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Porto clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
It's a promising position. And it's Vieira. Shot could be on. Roberto Baggio! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Baggio is in a really good position out wide. Pirlo, he's going for goal! In he goes again! They've done it! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
Porto are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, with this kind of authority,
Real chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Porto really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Now it's Rafael Leao. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Beckham. And this is Ronaldo. Plays it through. Good ball over the top. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Maradona. Here's Rafael Leao. Roberto Baggio. Nedved. He has found the way through. Takes aim. Up he goes! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And it's Baggio. Baggio will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Now then, clash of the egos.
Baggio powering forward here. It's Baggio! It's hit the upright. Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Porto are almost home and dry now. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Mbappe, played out wide. Great vision. He's onside. And he's whipped it across. And he's taking no chances there. Oh, that was vital. Now it's Ronaldinho, played out towards the right wing. Nedved providing an outlet on that flank. Terrific head, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Sticks it away. It is no contest. It is a landslide. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Porto are having a ball here. Quality ball. Aimed beyond the defence. He can run onto that. He's found a way through. Shot a goal! He's scored! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
Porto are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. And it's Beckham. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Ronaldinho. 5 minutes to add. That has been slung wide. Ronaldinho. Now that looks a decent ball. Bergomi kept aware, and it is... And time is up. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Ronaldinho, voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Porto may not have finished with 11, but they have shown terrific spirit, and they claim the win.
Well, that's what spirit and togetherness is all about, Peter. I thought they showed terrific desire and focus and fitness in refusing to settle for a draw. A time to hold heads high.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed. And Messi! It's a loose ball. That's going to go a long way. Vieira. And the shot! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Serginho. And that is out of play. Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again. And it's Pirlo. Good ball, good take. Ibrahimovic! It's bounced back off the post. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Marmouche. And this is Marmouche. Now it's Raul. Raul going face-to-face with his great rival. So we're still where we started right now. Pirlo. It's Pirlo! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Roberto Carlos. On it! Oh, it's come off the upright. Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. He has found the way through. Takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Marmouche! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Now it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's got away. Now there's a fine ball. There's the shot! Goal! Porto! The breakthrough strike! That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Alarm. Pull it. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. Takes a shot. Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Pass somewhat off target. Pull it. And it's Messi. Pinches it off him. Rijkaard. Stefan de Vrij. And Koundé. Now it's Messi. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Now it's Messi. Over to the left. Marmoush is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Hazard. And this is Raul. Stood up well to him there.
Porto really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And it's Lahm. Now it's Hullet. And this is Messi. Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he's quick to get it clear again. Not the most accurate pass. Messi. Raul. Serginho. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. It's Roberto Carlos! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Porto deserve to be ahead and probably should be in front by more considering the amount of chances they've managed. Everything points to more of the same second half and a good solid win.
Porto go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. And the action is back on the way.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Roberto Carlos. Pirlo. Porto are looking to break at pace. Has a shot! Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Cross needs to be good, and he was alert to it. Distributed tidily. He's found a way through. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Nicely aimed pass. This looks promising. Cross in, looks like a good one.
He was too tightly marked when that came his way. Not really much he could
Crossed
do.
in once. Up he goes! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
And now they can clear their lines. And it's Azar. Marmouche. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. And this is Ibrahimovic. Hullet. Hullet! That had everyone off their seats.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The message is to get the job done, and the sooner the better.
Just eases him off the ball. Maldini is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. It's gone out for a throw-in. He really is being given no time to think. It's Pirlo! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Azar. It's a promising position. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Now it's Hullet. No, that's been intercepted. Serginho. Stefan de Vrij. Kunde. Opts for safety. Now it's Messi. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That could spell trouble. And this is Ibrahimovic. Shot at goal! He has done it! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Porto are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Kunde. And it's Kunde. To Messi. And he's had it nicked away. Roberto Carlos. And he's managed to get free. Chance, surely! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are pulling clear here. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Porto find a position of real strength now. Ronaldinho in acres of space out wide. And a chance! Oh no, a quite unbelievable miss. Rijkaard. Serginho. And Konate. Stefan de Vrij. Lewandowski is herring after that one. And it's Bellingham. Played out to the left flank. Back into the middle. Ronaldinho! Keeper's got his work done. And that's it. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout. Porto get ready for another crack at the big prize. Will they get the win they need to get their campaign off to a flying start, or will their bubble burst over the course of the next 90 minutes? And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, Peter, there's a player on this pitch who's hard not to like. The smiling assassin, Ronaldinho. He always looks like he's having a good time, and it's mostly true because of his superb skill and imagination.
Bullish header! And it's a goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Certain, searing, and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Colombia are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Porto finding their passes. Ambitious ball here. Van der Sar chooses to deal with it himself. Plays a sharp little ball here. He's had a shot! Lam goes for goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Porto leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. And it's Ronaldinho. And he's worked it through. And the shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Threads one in. That's beautifully weighted. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Roberto Carlos. Lam gets a foot in and wins the ball. And it's Roberto Carlos. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And he's managed to... Kaká! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And this is Roberto Carlos. Thuram clears it away. Porto have got it back and they'll have another go. Ball is over the line. Now, can they get him away? Crosses it in here. Oh, that's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Ronaldinho. He's gone for goal! Ronaldinho! Wow! A finish right from the top draw. And the lead is extended still further. And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running.
There's no doubt that this fella's contribution will be highly important. It's the one and only Philip Lahm.
And what do you consider his greatest quality, Jim?
Well, it's hard to name just one because he's such an outstanding player on so many fronts, but I'd say his tactical nous, a man who can single-handedly turn defence into attack, and he's capable of playing anywhere on either flank. And when you add in the vision and creativity of a central playmaker, there's nobody else like him.
Xabi Alonso takes control of it and he's on the move. Decent chance! Brilliant from Rafinha! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
So, a breakthrough already. Ronaldinho. Gabriel, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. There will be a throw-in. Oh, that is asking for trouble. He is through here. Chance for a shot!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
And back to the goalkeeper. He's had it taken off him. And he's picked it up out wide. And he welcomes it in. Real chance! They've done it! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. So that's 2 now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. Up he goes! Oh, taken with style. Back within 1. They have them in their sights again. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
He's got away. Pirlo! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Ronaldinho! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Maldini is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Rafinha. He's found a way through. Drilled in low. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Rijkaard. Vinicius Junior. Threads one in. It's Alonso! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Oh, good spread. Rafinha. Now it's Raul. He saw the danger and he... Rafinha! It's bounced back off the post. It's gone out for a throw-in. Ronaldinho. That's good running with the ball. Ferdinand demonstrating his defensive quality there. Ronaldinho. Maldini. Pirlo is always scanning the pitch for targets. Roberto Carlos. He's shifting through the gears here. And that should get... Oh, what has happened here? Now, this could be a chance. Strokes it back.
Bullet really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Rui Costa. And they've been given a corner. Xabi Alonso plays it short. Cleared without hesitation. Porto have the chance to go the other way. Ferdinand. Maldini. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Vieira. Lam. Turns back here, probably the best option. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Raul. And we hit half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Porto really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Rui Costa. He might be in here. A lot of space ahead of him. Vinicius Junior. And it's Xabi Alonso. It's Alonso! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Xabi Alonso really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. And it's been taken short. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And now they can spring out of defence. Foot in. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Rafinha, that is lovely. Lam. Porto really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. That looks a good ball through. Hullet! Ruud Hullet! crucial! What a player! A finish right from the top draw! They have come roaring back!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now. Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. He's picked his way through. And he's there to retrieve it. Now the ball in. Defending of the desperate variety. It's gone backwards. Maldini. Passing nice and neat. Vinicius Junior. Couldn't squeeze it through. Thinks about the shot. Rafinha. Now it's Rafinha. Great vision. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Vieira. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Bruno Henrique. Oh, that's fabulous. Big chance! Pirlo. Pull it.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, the ball's gone astray. It's a searching pass.
Porto clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Rafinha. Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Dealing with the pressure. Goal! Brazil! Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It was definitely a brave call by the referee to give that penalty, and I think the way this game has gone, it could easily turn out to be the decisive moment.
Driving forward. Rafinha. Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Mbappe. And he's intervened well there. Time is running out here.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Chance, surely! Gabriel getting this one clear.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Porto are down to 10 men. And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Philip Lahm, Jim Beglin, one of the greatest fullbacks ever, perhaps.
Oh, without doubt, Peter. He's definitely in that category when it comes to legendary players. I don't think I've seen someone as adaptable.
And he shoots! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. And he's taking no chances there. A probing pass. Cleared away. Bale. Ibrahimovic.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And here's Messi. Martinez. Could move up a gear here. Great vision. He can run onto that. Ferdinand kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rijkaard. Pirlo. Tries to play it through. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Ibrahimovic. And they're quick to get it back. Looking for options for movement. He saw the danger and he went crashing in. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Quarter of an hour played. And he's in on goal! And a chance! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. So we're still where we started right now. He's shifting through the gears here. Big header! Goal! Porto! And that's it. That was always inevitable.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So we have the first goal. Shoots! Another save.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
It's their second corner of the game. And he gets rid in a hurry. Played out to the right. Plays it in low. And he's heaved it away. That's a throw. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Cleared without complication. Threads one in. Bale gets into some space. Nice interception, well timed. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Nesta calmly anticipates. And that is as far as they're going to go. Bale will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. The United States applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. Oh, played right into his path. Messi! Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Passes coming off in quick succession here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Alarm. Shot a goal! He scores! The United States are back on level terms. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the... And the finish! He's delivered all right! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Porto get themselves into the lead. Thuram. Rijkaard. Tries to pass it through. It's Ibrahimovic! Goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Porto go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Looking to play him in. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Thuram. And the first half is done.
Porto are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Porto head in for half-time with a 3-1 lead. And we're off again. Nesta is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. And the shot! It's there! And the second half is off to a flyer! He has given that the lot. Bang!
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
We have got ourselves a game here.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Pirlo. Rijkaard. Pass somewhat off target. He's having a shot! Superb from Šeško! He's got himself an absolute peach. Again, we are level. What a contest!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more. Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
This has become one superb game of football.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. Just about up to the hour now. De Ligt. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Law. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And no surprise, that's a booking. Aimed beyond the defence. Lahm shows great strength. The United States have their third corner. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. They've won a throw in. Little pass back. Can he get on the end of this? And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Nesta. Law! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Little doubt, that is a foul. Ronaldinho. And it's Pirlo. And it's Bale. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. And here's Messi. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. Now that looks a decent... Goes for a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
The United States clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, that's a fine interception.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Picked out brilliantly. Chance for a shot! Goal! The United States! And the comeback is complete. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they
Oh, what a mistake! Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And he's going to have his name taken. Nicely weighted ball. That ball looks a good one. He's picked his way through. And he's cut it out. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And he has shown him a yellow card. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Over to the left. He can run onto that. Oh, the ball's gone astray.
Porto really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Lam. It's a good run down the right. Elects to cross. He gets big. And it's in. Irrepressible. Imperious. That's what makes him what he is. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Climbs up big. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Roberto Carlos. And he's managed to get free. Quick look. Oh, great header! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Now it's Ahmad. He's got away. And that was nowhere near his best. Roberto Carlos. No luck with that dink over the top. Real chance! Oh, that's incredible! Late in the day, this could well be it! And that will be the final act. Porto have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Ibrahimovic, a huge performance, answering the call. Porto leave it late, but in the end, it was great.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit where it's due. They found a way to win it, and they can take great satisfaction from never losing that focus.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. The action has already started. Well, now here's a team sheet that speaks of excitement and unpredictability, Jim.
It certainly does, Peter, especially since it includes a certain Dimitar Berbatov. I think he'll be the key to connecting the midfield to the attack here. Such a potent finisher, but remarkably unselfish too, and he will often drop that.
It's Basho! Great effort, but no way through. Taken back almost at once. James. Great vision. It's a promising position. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Roberto Carlos. And he's managed to get free. Roberto Carlos delivers. Oh, that's an excellent interception. And here's the chance to counter. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Van der Ven. Now James. Mohamed Salah is in a really good position out wide. Roberto Carlos does really well to win the ball there. Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Roberto Carlos. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. It's Pele! Off the post. Caught offside that time. Passing is crisp and sharp. Chance to deliver. And it's hoisted clear. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Berbatov clears it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Neither side yet able to find the net. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He is just caressing the ball. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Pele, and it's made its way to him. Roberto Carlos. And it's played. He's got tall. No, not the best of headers.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
James. That's a throw. "30 minutes gone. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Goes for a shot! Lahm plays it in. And he's opted for the long pass. And it's De Bruyne. Plays a sharp little ball here. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Mateus. Vieira. And that has been cut short. Now he's off and running. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Now it's Pele. Pele will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Van Dijk. Out to the left it goes. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. He's shifting through the gears here. He has a look up. He's onside. Hangs one in. And that has been knocked clear. Vieira. Mateus. Now it's Ibrahimovic. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Vardiol. Pass somewhat off target. Now there's... Oh, shooting chance! Bardiol with the clearance. They've won a corner. And this could be the final action of the first half. Bardiol clears. And that'll be the final action of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How would you review the first half?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Porto are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. He's picked his way through. Mateus, and he's cut it out. De Bruyne, that's a good ball out wide, and he's picked it up out wide. He is through here. Plays it. Can he finish? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Pele is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's fabulous. That is a brilliant interception. And that has been clubbed away.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Roberto Carlos. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Turns and goes back. Has a shot! It's a loose ball. Back into the middle. Great ball and he's in. Decent chance! He's got a goal! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Porto are in front now, the game's only goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
They've played it short.
And Essie really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Tries to pass it through. And this is Roberto Baggio. And he's there to get it away. And they're back on the ball again. And this is Ibrahimovic. And this is Pele. Shot could be on. He's having a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Lam really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
So, third corner of the game. And he's managed to get rid. And now they can spring out of defence. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Porto with another corner. Corner number 4 coming up here. And he shoots! It's in! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Baggio duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now. And surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Pele, Ibrahimovic. Porto looking to pass their way through. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, that was vital. It's a really well-measured ball. Mohamed Salah receives it in a wide position. He has found the way through. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Porto have time on their side now, as well as a 2-goal lead. It is just about done. And it's Baggio. Aimed beyond the defence. Ibrahimovic. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Vieira, a man never lacking in drive or determination. Oh, nice touch. Oh, that's delightful. And the shot's on here. Haaland. Berbatov. Spread out to the left. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Pele. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Eder Militao. He's had a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot.
And that's it. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running.
There's very little doubt, Peter, as to where the key supply route in this setup is going to be from.
Up he goes! Oh, he's hit the bar!
Saka.
Now it's Hazard. Vieira. Pirlo. Now it's Ibrahimovic. It's played through for him. Now can he find a decent chance? It's in!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Paris Saint-Germain are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. So what can they make of this? And this is Messi. Back into the middle. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Denilson. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Pirlo gets a foot in here. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Out to the left it goes. He's free, he has got space. Gets his head on it! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
And that's really well manoeuvred. And here's Ibrahimovic. Nicely aimed pass.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And it's Ronaldinho. Bale. It's a goal kick.
Saka.
Forwards and with intent. Alonso.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Oh, what a save from Van der Sar! Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, Peter, I'm not a great reader of body language, but I didn't like the way he walked up to that.
Messi plays it short. Chance to deliver. And that has been cleared. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. And a chance! It's a goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. That was well seen too. Good clearance. They've certainly set out to cause a problem or two down that left flank. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum and they look set to further exploit. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
Oh, that's fabulous. 30 minutes gone. Danielson. He shifted it to the flank. Played back in. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Messi. Now it's Pirlo. Bale. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Xavi Alonso. Messi. And it's Ronaldinho. And here's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic! Oh! Fantastic! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment. And he's had a hit. Lacking in accuracy.
Paris Saint-Germain are showing good urgency, but they have to place more emphasis on service into the box.
Bale. And this is Ronaldinho. He's through. Ronaldinho! And he should have made it 4.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Puyol can get it clear. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Ibrahimovic really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Puyol. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
While sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Saka.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
Porto absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves. Just stay calm and see this one out.
Porto are relentlessly steamrolling their way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That has been slung wide. Saka receives it in a wide position. Oh, a bust challenge. Cleared without complication. Shoots! And he hits the net. How very smart. He just got it right.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
So is this the start of a comeback? Hazard is in a really good position out wide. Lam, a picture of focus and alertness. And he welcomes it in. Big chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. 3, he is flying, a vast presence, and there is no stopping him. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ronaldinho. And it's shot a goal! He's got a goal! Yet another goal in an awesome performance! They are in complete charge! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Porto are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, their manager seems to have them.
It's Ronaldinho! It's there! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
Porto are having a ball here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he has shown him a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Looking for options for movement. Now it's Messi. Can he latch on to this? That is good alertness.
Saka.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Looking for the run. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Played out wide. Ibrahimovic under intense pressure.
Oh, look, Peter, this has been a textbook illustration of how not to defend. And finally, they've decided to single him out.
Vieira. Lam. Now it's Messi. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Howson makes the interception. Well, that has not gone well.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
And it's Bale. Swings it. Oh, what a climb! And he steered it beyond the post. We have got changes here, from both sides, in fact. Danielson. Messi tries to pass it through. Suarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And this is Messi. Messi! Messi! Genius! He's got himself an absolute peach. It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
Porto making another change here. Pele to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself.
Porto will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Showing good feet. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, they can break here. Danielson receives it in a good position here. Oh, that is superb. A dangerous moment, perfectly dealt with.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't.
He's had a shot! Brilliant from Pele! About as smooth as it gets. And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Guardiola. Rodri.
5 minutes to add.
And it's Musiala.
And this is Luis Suarez. Pirlo. That's a pretty loose pass. Can he get it through? Oh, that's well spotted. Vieira. Now it's Messi. Last chance, perhaps. And he shoots! That's that, the end. Porto, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would.